Welcome back to another Skylander video, guys, and in this video I will be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to progress into C6, so let's jump right into it. The first tip on the list, guys, is going to be to plus 15 your 4-star and 5-star gear. The reason why I'm recommending 4-star gear, guys, is because it takes up so much gold to upgrade one 5-star equipment. You're going to be spending the next couple weeks, I'm telling you, weeks and months of just farming out gold. Because on the average, I farm about 2 million gold a day. I round it 2 to 2.5 million gold, and sometimes I'm not even able to plus 15 one 5-star ether. I'm sure you guys can relate to that too, but if you upgrade a 4-star ether, you're going to be able to plus 15 multiple 4-star equipment. And the 4-star equipment that I'm going to be recommending you guys to plus 15 are going to be the HP and the defense ethers only, and then farm out 5-star main attack property ones and plus 15 those. The second tip on the list, guys, is going to be to upgrade your Portal Master skills, right? Not the level, but the skills. So if we go ahead and look at the Portal Masters here, you click on this fireball looking thingy, and then as you can see here, I've upgraded my Portal Master skills. It gives me an additional 5% effect up. So it goes from a 50% shield to a 55% shield, and then I got the level 3 as well to the core power -3, so taking 3 less mana to use. Now this next upgrade does cost a bit, so I'm holding off on that part, guys. But basically what you want to do is go to your shop and go to your arena or the glory shop and buy out these Portal Master premium skill up power stones, and then eventually these Power Master rares skill power up stones, and then eventually the heroic and legendary ones. But those are quite costly. But if you have your core Cyclops team down already, like all them 6 stars in a weekend, then I would say that it is efficient, or it is worth it to start buying these Portal Master skill ups in order to give you that proc rate a lot more. All right, so that's gonna be for tip number 2, and let's move on to tip number 3. The third tip on the list, guys, is going to be to target the low HP first. The main reason why is because you want to destroy these crystals, because these crystals right here grants the Cyclops defense up and crit rate up. If you destroy them right away, he won't have those buffs later on into the match, allowing you to potentially beat the stage a lot easier. Alright, so make sure you target the low HP first, and let's jump on to the next tip. The fourth tip on the list, guys, is going to be to use the Bond Enchant. The main reason why you want to use Bond on all of your Skylanders, main DPS, healers, all of them, is because you're going to be able to potentially proc your Portal Master skills more often, allowing you to proc that shield to help you sustain throughout the match longer, right? If you don't have enough Bond, go ahead and use Drain and Whirlwind. Those are the two alternatives, but try to focus on Bond all that if you can, but if you can't, use one of the other two. But with that being said, let's jump on to the next tip. The fifth and final tip that I have for you guys are team recommendations that you can possibly use depending on your box in order to help increase your winning percentage, alright? So if you've been keeping up with my C4 and C5 videos, or have been watching my streams, I've been using Smolder Dash, Flash Ring, Flare Wolf, and Igniter for C4 and C5. But once I brought this team to C6, guys, 3 DPS and 1 support, my runs were only about like 70% win rate, and that to me, guys, is a failure. So because of that, I decided to use another support. So that's when I said, you know what, why don't I try bringing in, take out Flare Wolf, and let me try bringing another support. So I brought in Pit Boss, right? Pit Boss is going to allow my team to strip and also grant my team attack up and drain and mana cost reduction. Some alternatives that you can possibly use if you don't have a Pit Boss, guys, is you can use a Jet Vac. You can also use, let's see here, Spotlight. If you're fortunate enough to pull a Spotlight, you can also use a Light Flash Wing. You can also use the most budget version. It's going to be Gorilla Driller. Gorilla Driller will work perfectly fine as well. And then obviously you won't be, if you have a different team, if you don't have Smart Dash or Igniter, you then use Gorilla Driller, Flash Wing, and your other two main DPS, right? But it's just going based on what I have. Another unit that you could possibly use, guys, is going to be Sprocket. Sprocket's going to be an actual pretty good unit that you can use, because when Sprocket lands the parts, guys, when Sprocket lands parts, every time you attack the enemy or that target, and that enemy has parts on, it's going to heal one member of your team, alright, by 25%. So if your Sparking lands parts and your team is constantly attacking these Cyclops, your team is constantly getting healed for every time that you attack the Cyclops, alright? So Sparking is a great addition to your team as well. Some tanks that you could possibly use, but again, in the same situation as healer, it might slow the runs, are going to be Wildfire. You can also use Tree Rex. Where is the Tree Rex here? You can also possibly use Tree Rex if you haven't built already. You can also use Eruptor. Eruptor is perfectly fine. Another unit that you can possibly use is Spiral, because Spiral has a skill to 100% strip that strips all of the buffs, knowing that the Cyclops buffs themselves with the crystals and attack buff, then bringing that Spiral to strip is going to be a great addition to your team as well. But those are just some recommendations that you could possibly use, guys. Again, general idea is to use your 2 main DPS, whatever you're using, bring in your Flashwing, and then bring in another support in order to increase your winning percentage. All right, now again, you could use 3 DPS and 1 support, but I promise you your win rate is not going to be as high as if you were to bring 2 main or 2 healers. Okay, so as of right now, I'm running Pit Boss, Flashwing, Smarter Dash, and Igniter, and my winning percentage is probably around like 90%. And there you have it, guys. That is the C6 guide, tips and tricks that I have for you guys. Let me know down in the comments if this video has helped you. But other than that, guys, good luck in farming, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.